Hey, how you doing? I just want to talk about gangstalking and how the world's been taken over. People have become like zombies. They're mind controlled, taken over. Bots for like most people you see are like NPCs and things like that. Like they're just actors. They're just like actors playing out a role and things like that with just an agenda on basically waiting till zero and then basically annihilating everybody, destroying everything, destroying everyone. You know, that's their main goal, these monsters and things. They want to end the world. They want to pull this fucking whole system apart, basically. Everyone in it. They want to fucking destroy everything, destroy everyone. They don't want people to be here. You talk to friends, you talk to people, and they just talk to you like they get a lot off their chest and they want to tell you a lot of things and stuff like that, but they don't even like you and things, people that you know and stuff like that. You know, they ask for your help. They ask for everything to do things for you and do favours and stuff like that. But, you know, they don't really like you deep down because they're all like controlled by the NWO, by the New World Order. And basically like your friendship doesn't mean nothing. Your family and stuff like that doesn't mean anything to these people. If they're told to sell you out, they put a target on you, and they basically fucking ruin your life and stuff like that in front of your family, in front of your friends, everyone that you know. And people don't care if you live or die, basically, in this fucking cruel system. You understand? Because these people are monsters. They're like zombies. They're all taken over and shit like that. And if you're not a rock spider and things like that, they come after you. They come after you if you're not a monster and things like that. You understand? You have to be a monster in this fucking game that you're playing and shit with these people in society. And they make you do it. And if you're not like these people, if you're not a monster, they come after you and stuff like that. They can't wait till zero and shit like that. Basically, you know, they don't think you're worth it and things like that. But it's, you know, it's far from the truth, bro. It's far from the truth, people. You're one of the most brilliant people out there in the world today. You know, you just like, you didn't fall for the traps and things like that they set for you. Everywhere that you went, basically they were setting traps and you're prepared. You're prepared yourself morally, spiritually, and like ethically and things like that. You were able to detect the what was going on and things like that around you. People with cars, people coming at you, friends and family, intimidation tactics, how they like subliminally make you look at people and stuff like that, become violent, become sexual, all those kind of things that they're able to like use V2K and things like that and manipulate people, and they're able to manipulate basically everybody they come in contact with, including yourself. Like they play tricks on my mind all the time with V2K and everything like that. Wherever I go, they're always in my head and they're gaslighting me constantly 24/7, things like that. I'm supposed to have a family, I'm supposed to have a life, and like these people just suck it out of me. They just keep me always isolated from everybody and things like that, where I can't really do much with my life, like get a job and things like that, because they torture me at work and things like that physically. They physically hit my body at work, and like sexually and violently in all kinds of ways. Like they'll just choke me, or they'll like hit me in the genitalia and things like that. Like they like hitting people in the genitals and things like that. And they also like to sodomize people, like things like, if I can describe it that way, they like to sodomize people. Like I get sharp knife shoved up my ass. Like basically, it's like they poke me up the ass with a knife and things like that. And basically, I have to like go through this every day and things like that. and they like stab my ass and things like that, my genitals, things like that. They're able to do those things to me and stuff. If I call the police on them and things like that, they lock you up in a mental hospital, and like you'll get locked up and shit like that. Your neighbours are responsible and things like that. People in your neighbourhood, they're all in on it and that, doing this kind of shit to you and stuff. And like, everyone's fake, if I can describe it that way. Everybody's like a bot, mind controlled by the New World Order. You're just talking to a machine. When you're talking to people, you're talking to a machine. They're just actors. They're just like actors, these people. Deep down, they can't wait to pull you apart, and they can't wait for zero. Have you for lunch, chop your head off, all kinds of things like that. If you're a zombie, they're gonna chop your fucking head off. You understand? If you're like a fucking, if you're not like, they just want everybody. If you're with them or with you, if you're not with them, basically they're out to get everybody and stuff like that. You can't keep to yourself in this game, in this system. Like, no matter where you go, there'll always be somebody around. Like, you go somewhere, you'll try to be alone or just be to yourself and things like that. And there'll always be somebody there watching you and things like that. Always fucking putting you under surveillance, trying to intimidate you physically, whatever like that, and you basically like try to hold yourself from not snapping and that, basically. Try not to snap and things and like attack people or whatever like that. And because they try to intimidate you and things like that, and they use all kinds of torture tactics for you to be set off and triggered off and all kinds of things like that. Like the V2K they use on me, they call my father a fucking a poofter and all this kind of stuff. They call my father a homosexual. They call him like fucking, in his language, means son of a donkey. Like, they call him like all kind. They call my mother a whore. They call my mother a whore. They call her a lesbian. All kinds of things like that. Like, they call my mother a lesbian, a whore, things like that. Like, they use V2K on me and things like that. And yeah, they're just fake people. They just like agent fucking people with no fucking morals, and they're just all mind controlled people that you see going around. You understand? They're all in on it. They, like, if I can describe it, no one can really help you in this program, because they're all fucking bots, because they're all mind controlled bots. You understand? And like, they're manipulated not to help you. Like, I've seen people in this program for over 20 years, for over 30 years in the program. People constantly being tortured, fucking harassed and mistreated for over 20, 30 years, some people. You understand? It just goes endless. It's just endless. It just goes on and on. These people use you. They use you, manipulate you. They try to get some satisfaction out of torturing you. They try to get some satisfaction out of manipulating you, your family, the power that they have over you, over the police. Like, they're able to convince the police to arrest you and things like that. That's how deep it goes. And they throw you in a mental hospital and all kinds of things like that. Believe me that if you try to speak out about it, they try to make you look schizophrenic. They try to make you look crazy and things like that. Everyone is an agent. They're a bot. If you tell people about this story that you've got about gang stalking, that you get tortured by people and things like that, they pretend not to believe. They go, oh, what's gang stalking? What is gang stalking? What's monsterhood? I don't know what gang stalking is. They pretend like they don't know about it, and you're just paranoid, and you just like, you're crazy and things like that. And they just like pretend that you're crazy and things like that. And it's just all a big game and things that they play to torture you, to discredit the victim and things like that, when he's like living in trying to live in a place or whatever like that and survive and things like that. Everything is corrupted, everything is tainted. These fucking demons own everybody. They own everybody. I don't think you could go to the Prime Minister of your country or the President of your country and ask them just for them to leave you alone. They won't do it. They won't do it. Even if the President, like, was telling you, you know, like, fucking leave this guy alone, they wouldn't leave you alone. You know what I mean? Because that's just how the program is. No one can do anything about it. No one can do anything about it. They try to make you look crazy. They try to make you look defraud you and things like that. Discredit you. And like, that's the whole goal of the program, is to discredit the individual, is to ridicule him, is to make him look like a paedophile or a homosexual or like a violent criminal, a terrorist. They try to make you look like a terrorist whenever you walk into an area or something like that. All eyes are on you, and they're plotting and scheming and things like that, what to do with you. Everywhere that I go, they're on my genitalia, if I can describe it that way. Everywhere that I go, these people always talk about my genitals. They're always on my penis, talking about my genitals and things like that. Wherever I go, they try to they just squash your genitals or something, if I can describe it that way. And you're always focused on your genitals wherever you walking into a place. You're trying to speak to somebody or whatever like that. It's like that somebody's touching your genitals. It's like somebody's touching your genitals while you're trying to speak to people, while you're trying to do things and stuff, if I can describe it that way. And always they're trying to belittle you and hit your genitals and things like that. And that's just how they are. They're sick, evil fucking people. They sodomize me. I've been sodomized by these people. I've been sexually assaulted hundreds of times for 20 years. Sexually assaulted by these people. I have to go to the toilet. I get V2K'd on the toilet. I get attacked, sodomized on the toilet, all kinds of things like that. I get woken up 3 o'clock in the morning, sodomized. You understand? And I get choked in the middle of the night. All kinds of things happen around 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a very specific time in my life. 3 o'clock in the morning. Mostly 3 o'clock in the morning I get woken up, and most of the time I'm up at 3. Around that time I'm semi-conscious. I'm semi-conscious, and they're in my head constantly fucking gaslighting me and shit like that. And I'm just trying to sleep it off and stuff like that. Tell them to fuck off. Just try and leave me alone and just try to get some sleep and stuff like that. And for some people, this has been going on for decades. And something has to be done about it. We've got to get help somewhere. From the Most High, from spiritual help, we need that type of help, really. Because everyone that you see is like a mind-controlled zombie. They're all mind-controlled. They're all agents. They're all against you. I was talking to a friend today. They just dropped over and just wanted to have a chat with me and get some stuff off their chest. And basically we had a conversation and stuff about the kids and stuff like that, and my friends, my other friends and stuff like that. And we all had this good conversation, and at the end, subliminally they say, we don't like you. We don't even like you. After we had a good conversation, after we had a normal discussion, you decide to tell me that you don't like me. Subliminally, telepathically you decide to tell me that you don't like me. And anyway, I just said, look, telepathically back to her, I said, look, we'll always be friends. I said, look, we'll always be friends. You're just like, you're fucking mind controlled. You're mind controlled. And I went inside, and I just went back inside and stuff like that. And like, they gaslight you all the time. They always do negative shit. Like, even though you try to do something positive, you try to say and do things positive with people and constructive and be like in logical and shit like that, but they're just illogical. They're irrational. They're just like fucking gaslight. Everything you have to say is backwards, is backward ass. You know what I mean? They just like everything's corrupted. All the information that we're receiving broadcasted to us on a daily basis is corrupt. It's all corrupted. All the information that we receive is broadcasted on a couple of frequencies, not just the ones that I'm speaking on now that you and me are listening to. It's subliminal frequencies, you understand, that are being broadcasted, and they're inside our heads and stuff, and the information's being corrupted. It's, you know what I mean? Everything that you say and do, your feelings, your emotions, the way you are, the way you act, things like that, they can control that. They can control all your emotions, your feelings, everything. These people, your dreams, your dream state, everything. And like, that's how controlled people are. You don't understand how controlled people are. It's like you're just talking to a fucking machine, a fucking actor, just an agent bot sometimes, It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, it's been 16 minutes. I don't want to talk under 20 minutes. And, you got to wake up to this program, man. You know what I mean? People aren't who they say they are. They aren't real. They can't wait till zero. They can't wait to pull you apart. And it could be your best friend. That could be your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. They don't like you anymore. They can't stand you, in fact. No one can stand you. And that's just the way it is in the targeted individual. No one can stand you because you're not a rock spider. You're not a monster. You're not a monster. You understand? And that's just how the program is. And I've gone through it for over 20 years. You understand? And I've just been fighting this, trying to just make my way and just try to mind my own business and fucking maybe try to get a job and try to just keep talking to my friends and family, even though they don't like me, even though they just act weird around me. They just act like weirdos. You understand? Anyway, it's enough said. I'll come up with another video later. I don't know when, but I'll just like prayers out to the people being targeted and all that. And I hope yous get through it and all that. This is ridiculous.